Hello everyone, I have some crazy content coming, so buckle up. So back in high school, around year 10, a group of friends and I always hung out to have lunch in the same spot. Suddenly one day a guy a few of us know starts randomly sitting with us. It's all chill and fun until he decides it would be hilarious to go around honking, basically squeeze really hard while rubbing his hands all over a girl's chest, all the girls with bigger boobs in the group. Sadly for him I was one of those girls. Smile. Everyone else kinda just smacked him away and yelled, then he got to me. The very short but very busty timid little mouse. I straight up punch him in the face and then threatened to kick him in the balls if he came near me again. After he made his hasty retreat he stayed away for a bit but just couldn't help but test the limits. On my way back to class he tried to get another grab at me and sped off to the boys' bathroom laughing his butt off thinking he won. I was pissed, but also a bit petty, so I took my timid little mouse act up to the principal's office and expressed how upsetting an experience it was. After having a very caring teacher walk me back to class with a note to excuse me from lessons for the last 2 periods, uninterrupted time in computer labs FTW, I went on with my day. Next day found out he got a 3-day out of school and the cops came and gave him a talk about sexual harassment. In the end we made peace and he ended up becoming a decent guy who actually listened to women, go figure. It's quite hot where I live and our house has only got one AC, so me and my sister take mattresses from another room's bed and sleep in the AC room. Now to avoid a confusion, it was my duty to take the mattresses in the night, and it was my sister's duty to put them back the next morning. It went fine for THR first few days but then she kept sleeping till late to skip taking them. My mom is recovering from cancer and my dad is busy with work from home, so I take of the mattresses in the morning and put the bed sheet on them. When my sister woke up, she didn't like it and got annoyed and screamed at me for not doing it properly. I got up, went to the room and took the whole thing down and told her to do it herself. Luckily my mom supported me on this and scolded my sister and took her phone when she still hadn't set them in her way till the evening, though we had to take them back again in a few hours. My mom made her do the whole thing and only then gave the phone back. Not a big revenge, but the satisfaction is awesome cause siblings are very annoying sometimes. Okay, here's some background. My sister is mental, she gets angry over little things and if she lags in a game she gets really pissy with my and my brothers. Okay, on with the story. One day I'm playing a ranked game of Rainbow Six Siege and it's 1v4. And my team's losing so I needed to win so we would tie. But my sister was playing Fortnite and she was lagging. She died and got angry and came into my room and turned my Xbox off screaming, "Stop playing your Xbox, I'm lagging." She ran back to her room and I'm just shocked and pissed. Okay, but here's the petty revenge. I would wait until she's in finally circle or anything time she is in a battle and I would walk and turn off her PS4 and in a really childish voice, "Stop playing, I'm lagging." And I would walk off and she would just scream and lie to our mom and say I'm being annoying and turning her PS4 off for no reason. A lot of people don't know what a simp is. So, I'll clarify. It originally meant something else, but now it's slang for when a man overvalues a woman. When those little kids donate money to pretty female streamers so they notice them. Also, stop giving me crap for explaining what Fortnite is. I legit just had to explain what Fortnite was to someone who couldn't understand the story because they never played Fortnite. The story: I was playing Fortnite, and I went on to squad fills with my 2 friends, so we would only get into a game with one other person. Well, we got into a game and start to talk with this person. This kid is freaking out because my friends have played the game for a long time and have special AUG skins. Anyways, he's freaking out and asking them if he can add them to his friends list because they're AUG. The following conversation occurs. Kid: "Oh my god, I'm freaking out right now. Can I please add you too?" Friend 1 and friend 2 are both laughing about how this kid is freaking out so much. Me: "Wait, what about me? You don't wanna add me?" Kid: "Sorry, I don't add girls, I'm not a simp." Me kind of in shock by this ridiculous logic. Well, just because you're friends with a girl doesn't mean you're a simp. Kid: "Yeah, it does." Me, already plotting, wow, okay buddy. So, after that first conversation, we continued to play the game. We run into another squad who absolutely destroy my teammates, knocking the kid down, and leaving me to clutch up. It was my time to shine. I clutch up, kill the squad, and it's me and the kid. Kid: "Can you revive me please?" Me: "Glad the moment has arrived, sorry, I don't revive boys. I'm not a simp." Kid: Wow, I guess I'll leave then. Kid leaves the game. Friend 1 and friend 2 are chuckling at my pettiness and clever word turnaround, and I'm feeling all too proud. No revenge is too small, kids. My niece has recently been more disrespectful than usual to her mother and her mom, my sister, mostly laughs it off and doesn't take it seriously, but it really gets under my skin when she rolls her eyes when she is asked her to pick up after herself. Today I asked her to clean up several messes that she'd made around the house and she mocked me and rolled her eyes while her mother laughed. So I went to the kitchen and poured the rest of her favorite cereal into a bowl and watched her face fall as I walked past her cleaning, eating her precious Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I don't even really like. My sister spoke to my niece about respecting each other and my niece apologized to me. Remember, she's only 8, so this small amount of eye rolling that's occurred in the past week doesn't necessarily reflect how she will behave as an adult. I think that my sister is an exceptional mother and my niece is a great kid. She's just been testing her boundaries a bit recently, which is normal. This happened 13 years ago, so forgive me if some of the details are a little exaggerated because I don't remember the whole ordeal word for word. During first grade, the buses at my elementary school issued an assigned seating rule because most of the students were constantly jumping between seats while the buses were moving. If we were caught jumping seats, then we would no longer be allowed to take the bus to school. Unfortunately, the student who sat behind me was a massive clitoris. We'll call him Peyton. I don't remember that much of what he did, but I do remember that he would yank the collar of my shirt backwards and basically choke me. He would also verbally abuse me to the point that I was crying. This carried on for about 2 weeks, and I never really did anything about it besides just begging him to stop because I was terrified of him. I was a tiny 6-year-old, and we was a 4th grader. In my eyes he was a giant. One day Peyton was being especially dickish. He slapped me on the back of the head, snatched my backpack and passed it to his friends, etc. What set me off was when he started mocking my voice in this cringy high-pitched tone. I turned around, looked him in the eyes and just swung as hard as I could. Next thing I know, Peyton is crying his eyes out and the bus driver is screaming in my face. I got grounded for like 2 weeks and I also had to meet with the principal. I tried to explain to them that Peyton was being a dickhead, but I guess it just came out as groveling toddler gibberish to them. I, 18F, live in Canada, where we have bagged milk. For those who don't know how that works, you buy milk in a big bag that contains 3 smaller bags that are full of milk. You put the bag in a jug and then cut the corner away from the handle, and voila, you have bagged milk ready to pour. Now I am lactose intolerant, and though I have pills I can take, I tend to just avoid milk in general as I don't particularly enjoy it anyways. My mum, on the other hand, adores milk. She drinks about 1.5 to 2 liters of milk a day. When she sits down to watch TV, she will often ask me to fill up her milk cup. I get annoyed sometimes because I can get up 3 to 4 times while I am trying to work on something, just to get her milk. But the thing that really annoys me is when I have to replace the milk bag. Objectively, it's easy, but I don't drink milk, except for maybe 1 to 2 times a month. So, because we have bagged milk, when I'm feeling particularly petty, I cut the smallest hole possible. It may as well be a pinprick. Milk will come out at a slow dribble. It doesn't really affect my mum, aside from her sighing and recutting the bag when she tries to pour herself some milk, but it makes me grin. Since I was born I was the target of abuse from my fellow peers. This story takes place back in grade school. It was so bad I kept to myself and stuck by the teachers in attempts so the bullies would not approach me. But it would not work most days because they still persisted to bully me. Often calling me names and making fun of how I acted due to my nature of trying to follow the rules and keep to myself. Teacher's pet was my name and it was bestowed by my own personal Hades, which was a boy we will call Isaac because I can't remember his name due to this being back so long ago. Anyway, due to the nature of life being a cruel mistress, he sat next to me. Well, I had enough one day and saw an opportunity to get my revenge on him. We were practicing our writing in class and a big point they stressed was to remember the period. So much to the point they will mark the sentence you copy as wrong if a period is not present. We had to grade one another's papers and him being next to me made it obvious we had to swap papers. So I stared to erase his periods. He got zeros on all these papers and frustrated the teachers. He did catch on eventually and went to the teachers who brushed him off as he was known for being a bully. Great teachers, right? He was so mad he started to erase my periods, and as soon as he did I called the teacher over and showed them. You see, I had a habit of pressing down hard on the paper to write, and it is still a habit that appears occasionally. But the paper's indent and fresh eraser smudge left proof that he tried to do it to me, and the teacher was upset. Getting him in trouble and me free with my petty little revenge. What did you think? What would you have done differently? Share your opinions in the comments. And if you enjoyed the stories, slap that like and subscribe button for more of them, and don't forget to support the original writers with an upvote. Links are in the description. Peace out, and catch you tomorrow.